Okay, here I am again. I was sick for a few days, had some fever, but I'm getting better now. And the first thing I have to do is, of course, play around with Lego. I totally changed the setup again. It's still very much evolving, but I really like also playing around with these, with the OBS and the cameras and stuff like that. So please let me know how the audio mix is. I still haven't figured out how to reliably get this in a nice mix. But I'll learn and I'll continue. So what I've planned for tonight is first get some sorting done. I still have so many used sets sitting around that I want to inventorize to see what parts I need to complete them at some time. I'm getting a bit antsy about that because I really would like to get a huge bricklink order done. So I'll have to prioritize sorting these sets, which is also a lot of fun for me. I don't know if it's fun for a viewer, but in the end I'm doing this anyway, off screen or on stream, and maybe somebody will just join and I'll be back in a second. God, nobody's watching yet. Maybe nobody ever will. Doesn't matter. But my hands were too dirty. I just saw them on the camera and I had to clean my fingernails at least a bit. Okay. So I'll get started sorting these sets. I think I'll start. I have a Ninjago set here. I always like this Ninjago cyberspace series where they fought against this Borg guy. I also like the sets very much, and now I have also the smaller set. Here's another Chima set. Chima is always very nice, and now I have a small set here. I've also got two elf sets. This is always something horrible. When you buy a used set and somebody was very witty and opened them in this way, they think they do something good, but they really don't. It's not very good for the packaging, as you can see, and you cannot really stand them up like this in a shelf, especially for larger packages. So please never ever open a Lego set in this way. It's an abomination. Well, anyway, I'll just continue and start with the Lego Ninjago 70720. And these smaller sets, I usually sort them directly into plastic bags, and I don't really differentiate between small parts and large parts. Well, let's see what we've got here. I don't have my knife, my trusty knife. I'll just get it. And yeah, I'm ready to go. What we have here. All these people claim that all these sets were complete. I'm not really sure that's going to be true, but we'll find out in a second, especially since these sets are so very small. It will not take long to sort through them. I'll just quickly switch to the other screen so I get a better feeling for the other camera setup. Oh, and I totally forgot to select a new pattern for the table. I'll do that right now. I think I want to do something that I've not seen before today. So there's many nice patterns. Okay, pattern is selected. And I'll continue sorting these. So these look to be quite nice. Not too dusty, not too dirty. And I think I'll need my trusty brush for this. And I'll just create the playlist, of course, again. The wanted list. This is set 70720. And it's a hover hunter. And here we are with a nice wanted list. And I think I'll revert to the other screen. Zoom in a bit. Because of course the ball is going to be the star. Maybe that was too much. I'll zoom out a bit again. Okay, let's go. So we only have 47 different items here in this set. Two minifigs, not very interesting ones at that. A coal, a Nintroid, some nice dark purple, that is always appreciated. This little bracket. Here's our inverted wedge, all in black. And our triangular plates. Okay, we've got one dark purple, no, the dark bluish gray wedge blade. Two of our larger 3x8s in dark purple. Our two nice engines. And a 4x4 blade in light bluish gray. Some nice tan, of course. Every set needs a tan piece, at least one. Okay, so we have a flexible plate, but we need two of these. I don't really know if the zoom is working that great today. I will have to get a new camera anyway for that. Close up there. And this is of course the star of the set. the circular saw blade. So I'll zoom a bit further out again so that you can see the ball. It's probably hiding under the tray right now. There it is. I should probably think a bit more about which pattern to paint, but it's a nice surprise to find out what's going to happen. So this is flat silver. And we got two of these flat silver blades also, crescent blade. A nice little 5-link chain in pearl gold. This is a Techno Blade. I don't know if it focuses, I can't see it. Printed tile we know from Star Wars. So these are nicely printed parts. I've seen sometimes in Ninjago sets of that subseason or sub-theme. I don't even know what the official name for the sub-theme is. But the set is looking good so far. I don't think I will have any missing parts. It really looks very much complete. Let's hope I'm correct. Oops. I think I accidentally removed the wrong dark blue spray part. Let's control. Yeah, there's 2 of those and 2 of these. Two, 3, and 4. Perfect, so all that is left now are the minifigs. Let's start with the more boring one. This Nintroid Drone. He appears in 2 sets. He's really not very expensive. Would have been very much surprised. He has only plain black hips and legs. Torso seems to be correct. You always have to be a bit careful with these torsi, because there's quite some different ones for the bad guys in this sub-theme. And the head. There's a bit of back printing. I'll switch to the other screen. And that is the correct one. So our Nintroid Drone is indeed the right one. Let's remove him from the wanted list and take a look at our Cole. Oh god, he also has these boring black legs. Black hips and legs plain. Even though this is a cyber themed set, these prints are still quite rough compared to recent ones. And the Cole head. Oh, it's a nice thick bushy eyebrows. And of course it's ninja. I don't know what to call that, bandana. Yeah. And the typical Cole hair. And that's it for this minifigure. He's also complete. Very nice. So the first set that we sorted is 100% complete. Quite happy about that. Let's hope the trend continues. And I will now sort another small set from Chima. Just put this back into the box. Usually I separate for larger sets the instructions, but in this case I'll leave them with the box. And here we have our first sorted set. Okay, so the next one will also be a nice small one. This is going to be Lego Chima set number 70000, 4 zeros. It's also been closed off with tape. Oh, there's 2 instruction booklets for a set of this size. That's interesting. I have no idea what this is for. I mean, what do you do? So in the first instruction booklet, you build half of the bird. And in the second one, you build the other half. That's crazy. Maybe they had a maximum page length or something for these booklets. I have no good explanation why they printed 2 booklets for this set. So let's go back to the other screen again and see what the table is drawing. I'll just zoom out again a bit more. Okay. So I'm looking forward to this set again because I really like the Chima Lego theme. And I expect that even these small sets will be a bit enjoyable. Especially if they have these beautiful minifigures again. So let's part it out. And find out what we got. Okay, we got 52 different unique items. 1 minifigure with nice wings. A bit of black, a bit of dark red. And again, a nice amount of dark purple, and some not disassembled parts, but we can do that. We have an axle. So that will do the trick. Well, what do you have here? But this does not look like a light brush gray. This looks like an old gray 2x2. I'll switch to the other view, maybe the camera can pick it up. So there's a distinct color difference. The little blade modified, that's dark bluish gray, light bluish gray. And the 2x2 brick here, that is the old style light gray. So somebody must have tried to complete the set. But it is an easy thing to miss, especially if you don't know about this color change that they did, where they switched from the older style grays and one older style brown to the newer ones. Oh, hi Melly, how are you? I'm very well, and yourself? I'm just sorting some small Lego sets. And it's always interesting to see when you see these light bluish, light gray colors, and somebody mix up the old one with the new ones. Did you finish your Colosseum in the meanwhile? Or did you throw it against the wall in frustration? Oh no, I will replace it. I have a lot of spares like that, of these parts, and especially for these older gray colors. I have a lot because I also like to replace them in older sets. So I don't mind at all. And it's really easy to miss if you don't know the difference and you don't have really good lighting. So the two on the bottom and on top are the light bluish gray, and the one in the middle is the old gray. You got home from work? I don't know, where are you living? In the United States? Well, if you picked up some pick a brick stuff, you're probably in a city. Or did you get it delivered? I'm in Germany, in a university town near Frankfurt, the south of Frankfurt, in Darmstadt. But I also lived in the United States when I was a child for 2 years on the East Coast near Philadelphia. Oh yeah, you're in New York? Oh, that's cool. New York is such a wonderful city. Do you live directly in New York or in some suburb? Oh, great. I'm a bit envious, to be honest. But it must have been horrible during the first Corona breakout. I think New York was hit the hardest in the United States at the beginning. What made me move? So I lived in the United States with my family when I was a kid. My father worked there for 2 years. And here in Germany, I lived and studied in Berlin. And I also lived in Munich for 3 years. But of course, nothing compares to New York. But I'm certainly more of a city kind of guy. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get it yet also, but I got my 2, 3, 4 vaccinations already. And I didn't have any adverse effects against the vaccination. But then you are really lucky not to have gotten it. I'd just be afraid to infect somebody I love. So I hope I won't get it. I can imagine about the prices. And of course, I mean, for American standards, you probably have a very small flat. Because usually when we think of the United States, we think of these people having these huge houses or apartments. And in New York, I mean, it's the total opposite. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, if you react badly to the vaccination, that's even more reason for other people to get vaccinated, because there will always be a certain percentage of people who cannot get vaccinated. And it's more or less our duty as people who can get vaccinated uh, to do it also out of solidarity. Don't you also get like a New York pay if you live in New York? So it's a bit like this in Germany. I lived in Munich for 3 years, and the prices in Munich are really outrageous too. But you simply get higher pay in these areas. So I hope that something like that would also be true for New York. What was my favorite place I lived? Okay, that's great. Got a raise right before inflation, though. Yeah, our company also promised us to compensate for the inflation, but I'll only believe it when I see it on my bank account. And what was my favorite place to live? That was definitely Berlin. I lived there for about 8 years, and it was simply a great time because I studied in Potsdam. And Berlin is a wonderful city. It's changing quite a bit now. It's getting more like other large European cities. But when I was there, it was still in the changing times, and that was great. But if you ever come to visit Germany, you should definitely go to Berlin. But I mean, maybe for you as a New Yorker, it wouldn't be that interesting anyway. Oh, hi, Lego Legends. I'm very well, thank you. I was a bit sick the last 3 days, that's why I didn't stream. But as soon as I'm well again, I had to get it all set up. And any places you would love to live at? I'd love to see Berlin too someday. Traveling's wonderful. But frankly, I really love the place I currently live at. But for traveling, I still have many places to go, even though I have seen a lot of the world already. But there's still so much more to see. But I do know for sure that everybody should for at least half a year or possibly longer should live somewhere outside of his own country, just to see the world from a different perspective. I always say you learn more about your own country if you look at it from the outside than anywhere else. So traveling and moving around is very good. Yeah, I was very lucky with my parents. So my parents also took me and my sisters to a lot of wonderful trips when we were children already. And they somehow imbued this, I think, into us. But currently, I like to travel around Europe with the train again. So this is what I did as a teenager mostly. I did something called Interrail, where you can buy a train ticket for all of Europe. And then they now made that even available for older people again. So that's what I'm doing. Oh yes, yes. It is a good way and it's a slow way. So if you ever travel to Europe, try to take as much time as possible. Don't fly from large city to large city and stay for a day and then make a checklist and say I done Madrid, I done Barcelona, I done Paris, I done London and stuff like that. Take it slowly and take your time. Don't rush it. And it's better to visit fewer places for a bit longer so you get to know a feeling of them and to rush through it. And traveling by train is really wonderful because it's just the perfect speed to see the countryside, to meet people while you travel by train. You can always meet people if you're in the right mood. And I haven't been to the United States for, I think, for almost 30 years now. And you could even visit Lego Legends with a train, because we have a nice train tunnel under the English Channel now. Well, for a few years. You'd be surprised, Lego Legend. I might get back on that. If the invitation also counts for me. Yeah, I think one of the big problems in the United States is that you have so few holidays, so few holiday vacation days per year. It's for me totally not understandable how you. I mean, what is the average? Like you have 2 weeks per year or something like that, and maybe you get a bit more of vacation if you're in a very well placed. In a very well placed job, but I think I would die in that case. So here in Germany we have 30 days per year on average. That is that's about 6 weeks holiday per year. And in France they even have more. They have 35 days per year on holidays. You got 25 days in the United Kingdom, Lego Legends. Yeah, I mean we also got some additional holidays. So we got 30 days. Most people have 30 days of holidays that they can take anytime, and like about 6 or 7 holidays comparable to your bank holidays. Oh yeah, I mean, this is still something I cannot understand why you don't have more holiday, and also the situation with maternity and paternity leave, and I mean the whole healthcare situation in the United States. If I would live in the United States, I'd be broke 3 times over because I had some serious health issues in the past. I would never be able to have paid that. I would be totally broke. And actually, I like the system in the United Kingdom very much with the national health system, or health service. But I think the Tories, they're really wanting to privatize that, and they're really underfunding it. If I understand it correctly, but you can correct me if. Oh God, when they stole your future hours, so 2 years later, no one has any vacation time, about to quit, and that is so sick. I read an article, I don't know where, about wage theft in the United States that is really, really high, where companies or employers really do dirty tricks to more or less steal wages from their employees. And this sounds a bit like that. And yes, Lego Legend. I think this kind of service is really the best solution. Here in Germany, the system is not bad, but I would like it to be more socialized. There's still some private elements in it that I don't like. Oh no, no, no! Don't be sorry about ranting, Melly. This is a perfect place. Just rent it all away. I mean, that's totally sick. They take your lunchtime. I mean that is wage theft, and that's just a classic example. They take your lunchtime even if you have to work through it. I mean, that surely should be illegal, and it probably is, but it's simply not. It's simply not followed through because they are in bed with the politicians. I think this is the first time that I saw an automod do something on this chat. Yeah, they moderated, but that is very strange. I think I'll have to change those settings if I can. I like the thing that it said bricks mental used add permitted term in the but. I don't know if you can see it up there. Yeah. That is the screenshot. Brick mental use add permitted term in the but. I think it will show up on the board later on because I'm capturing the chat and it's showing also my side of the chat. So I don't know if I can scroll up, but it doesn't matter. But it's really another one of those interesting idiosyncrasies about the United States. I mean, you cannot say in the butt on the chat, but you can buy a gun and are allowed now officially by the Supreme Court to carry it concealed without permit in New York. But please, nobody say in the butt. And soon you won't be able to get an abortion anymore. Well, I think New York is probably safe in that regard. But this is cool. I have not seen this tile before. It has vampire fangs on it. Oh, you've been up since 4:30, so bed is calling you? I can fully understand. I've been sleeping for most of the last 3 days with a fever. And today is my first day where I'm more or less well again. Sleep very well, League of Legends. I hope to see you soon. Again, when you slept, I will probably continue building the Heavenly Realms set at some time. Oh wait, can't see it. No, it was. I think it was an infection or something. I went to the dentist, and he drilled in some teeth, and I think it got slightly infected. And I just had a bit of a fever until it went away. I didn't want to take any antibiotics, so it probably took a bit longer. I didn't have COVID yet, and I hope I will not. But I'm also still masking up in the public most of the time. So have you been to Europe before, Millie? No, it was not a good time. But bad times are better when they're over. Oh no, I was just asking if you have been to Europe before. Because you spoke about traveling and that you enjoy traveling too. Yeah, but I never went to Iceland though. And I also did not go to Thailand. So you also already have two places in front of me. And you probably saw more of the United States than I did, even though we did travel around quite a bit. And the United States is such a wonderful country. Sometimes I can understand why many of you are, how do you say it? Co-Americans? I don't know what the correct word is. You know what I mean. Why they sometimes never leave their country. Because, I mean, you have so many wonderful places to see, wonderful nature, wonderful cities. So much white spaces. What was my longest flight? I don't know. I think, to be honest, from Frankfurt to New York. I don't really like flying that much. I try to avoid it if possible, but if it's necessary, of course, I will do it. But I have not yet been to Australia and to New Zealand. Yeah, I mean, vaccines are... I'm very much pro-vaccines anyway, so I don't mind getting any. But I think for the next 2 years, I will go visit the remaining places in Europe I have not seen yet. But maybe I will also travel around with my parents. They're getting a bit older now, and it would probably be nice to see some places with them. My parents, yes, definitely. They are already in their early 80s, but they are still quite good for their age. But of course, I mean, you know, they're getting older, and you know the time that you can spend with them is not getting more. So I went with them on a cruise trip to the down the Nile. That was wonderful because it's easier for them to travel on a ship when they don't have to walk that much. And that is something you should, if you ever get the chance, you should definitely do it sometime. A Nile cruise down from the north down to Abu Simbel and the dam, the big dam. And then I went on a cruise with them in the Caribbean. That was wonderful also. And we went to Chichen Itza in Mexico and South America on that cruise. I love these Chima minifigures. They always have these great hair pieces. And my focus doesn't work. Are you also sorting a set? Or sorting parts? Oh, you said from Prick a Prick? So this is your daily route from your job to the liquor store and then home? That sounds nice. Masonry bricks, just lots of goodies. Did I get any newly released sets from June onward? Yes, I got some of the new Monkey Kid sets. So I got the Heavenly Realms set, and let me get them, I can show you. Oh, of course. Was a Forceman gift with purchase. That's the reason I bought stuff at Lego. And then this beautiful Ninjago dragon. I'm a sucker for every dragon. If something says dragon, I need to have it. And I love these colors. I simply think it's great. I'm really starting to enjoy. Oh, that's Monkey Kid. I said Ninjago, I think. So this is one also. And then this Monkey Kid bus. Wait, it's probably wait. I'll change cameras. I don't know. I think I'm doing something wrong. Well, it's set 80038 Monkey Kids Team Van. I think that's going to be quite a lot of fun. It reminds me a bit of the City of Lanterns. And of course, speaking of masonry bricks, it's one of my favorite parts in Lego of all time. I don't know why, I always love him. That's the team, man. I don't know if you know the City of Lanterns of Monkey Kid. That is such a great set. So when I saw this, the team, man. So if you ever bought used Lego, have you ever also experienced this? Where they opened the Lego sets like this? For me, it's always very painful. I don't understand why people do it, because I think they do it with good intentions. But it really isn't the best thing to do. You cannot really stand it up anymore on the shelf like this. You always do it this way too? No, you're one of those. Oh, let me remember never to buy one used set from you then. No, I don't like it because it doesn't really allow for having them upright, standing like this in a good way. If you have something in there. So if it's empty, it's okay, but if you have something in there and you want to stand it up in the shelf for a larger set, it always falls out. Okay. So maybe you can break the habit, but I mean, do whatever you want to do. For me, it's always. I mean, for these small ones, it's not that bad. For larger sets, it's worse because you cannot put anything in them and stand it upright anymore. So wait, which one do you have? Which one do you have and waiting to be built? Oh yes, that is such a cool set. You will love building that, believe me. It is really wonderful. I so much enjoyed it, building it. I lent it out to a friend and he gave it back to me, and I will probably rebuild it at some time. Not many friends are into Lego that I have, but some are, yes. And I like to lend them sets. It's like with books. If you share a Lego set, it's better than if you have it just for yourself. And the good thing about Lego, I mean, it doesn't really age anyway if you treat it fairly. So you can lend it away without any problem. But I do like to build them first if I buy them new, to be honest. And yes, the Ninjago City Gardens is wonderful. So if you like the Ninjago City Gardens, you will also like the Monkey Kid City of Lanterns. They have a bit of a similar feel to them in some ways. But of course, the City of Lanterns is a bit smaller, and it's a bit more cutie, but it's really nice. And it has this wonderful pink pig-styled circular train track running around it. It's open back right. I don't understand. It's open back right. So elves. Nida's Gondola and the Goblin Thief. So I guess this is the Goblin Thief. Oh god, this camera is driving me nuts. Ah, there it is. That's cool. Oh, I think the sand table pattern has finished. Oh, it's still painting. What do you mean by open back? Do you mean the City of Lanterns? If you can access it from the back? Yeah, so it's a bit of a hybrid. So it more or less looks good from every angle. You can place it in the middle of a table, and it's nice. But some of the little sub-modules, you can switch them around, and they have a direction, so a front and a back side. No, it's not like one of these Hollywood facades that only have a front side to it. So it's more complete. You can also adjust it a bit by moving around those sub-modules, which is a very nice feature. Yeah, I don't know too much about Harry Potter sets. That's one of the themes that I totally don't boycott, more or less. Even though some of the sets are really nice, but I simply cannot stand the author of the books and how she treats our friends from the trans community. So. Yeah, it's really bad. If they would just keep it to themselves, I mean, okay, everybody can have a personal opinion, but if you start to actively engage in activities that really hurt people, then I think you cross the border. And I didn't also like the books very much, to be honest. The Lego sets are nice. But there's so many other sets, so I'm not missing out totally. By the way, is the audio mix okay? I didn't ask, and I'm really a bit. I don't really know too much about the audio setup, and I'm always worried that either the music or my voice is too loud or not loud enough. That's why I usually have to ask if it's okay. I started streaming 1 hour and 22 minutes ago. If this OBS stats is not lying to me. And sure, you can ask. Okay, sorry. I think maybe 3 weeks ago. About that time scale. I could check, I uploaded all the videos to YouTube. But that must be about around that time. Another print I've not seen before. But I'm really enjoying this streaming, so it was more or less the first thing I did is to get the setup working again after my fever broke, because it's really, really enjoyable. And yourself, how long are you streaming? $2 months, but you're a bit of a mess? Oh, I don't think so. And thank you for the compliments. And I don't know if I'm very knowledgeable, but if I really like to get into things. So actually, I think I started getting serious about Lego again more or less 2 years ago. And look at all these beautiful prints. And why would you think you're a mess? I don't think so. I mean, streaming the Colosseum, that's really, 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 really courageous. I think that's so cool. I could never do that. Isn't that cool? That's a print. Lego can print. No, there's no stickers in this one. So let's take a look again. So it's a mini doll in birdcage. Wait, I can click on it here. It's a mini doll in a birdcage. It appeared in 5 sets. And this camera. And you can get it for 30 cents. But it was probably elves only. Yeah. So I'm really starting to enjoy this elf sub-theme. They're always such cheery colors. That's surprising. When I listen to you, I don't hear any fumbling over words. This is very interesting because I think sometimes the way you perceive yourself and the way others perceive you is can be very different. So I would never have associated fumbling over words with your stream. But I can understand a feeling a bit of anxiety, so that's why I don't really want to show my face yet, because it simply lowers my general anxiety level a bit. And once that is better, then I will also show my face. But for now, I don't have to worry about it, how I look. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I think there's a lot of drawing yet to be done. But I always say you have to leave a lot of room for improvement. And look at this. I left some of the nicest parts. And yes, it's definitely, you always judge yourself much more harshly than other people. I think this is one of the most important things, to be at least as nice to yourself as you try to be to others. Isn't that cool, the one on the right? The tile with the eye? And I think this compass piece I've seen quite sometimes. But the black Goblin Eye, that is really interesting. Yeah, when I see myself on a screen, it's not that bad anymore. But I know it's a thing I have to get used to. So when we all had to go to the home office and we had all our meetings only with Zoom or Skype for business, I really didn't like it. And most of the time I simply turned off the camera on my side. But you get used to it, I think. But I want to grow into it, as you say. Look at this, they're trying to cheat me. They think I cannot tell the lime from the normal green. And yes, I'm really enjoying the elf set. To be honest, I didn't care too much for video because I'm not somebody who really only enjoys something purely for the minifigures. And I think the builds they didn't appeal to me too much, the video builds. But I think those minifigures that they did and a lot of the printed tiles, they are really great. And these elf sets, I'm really going to enjoy building them. So I'm currently buying a lot of these elf sets used. And I've got some of the larger ones already. And once I have completed them, I will surely build them up. And I don't mind these mini dolls at all. I don't know why people are so angry about them. Am I trying to collect them all? Not really. So I do like to collect stuff, but I'm not a completionist type of person. So if I find an offer for something that I think sounds reasonable for a used set, then okay, but I will not go hunting for the last missing Lego Ninjago minifigure that I don't own. Because I mean that takes the fun away of it, doesn't it? Then it becomes more of an obsession. And if you don't have fun, I mean, why would you do it? I also like this guy here. He is very cool. And he even has articulated arms. Ooh. That is great. Yeah, the thing is about expensive Lego is very good in that it does retain some of its resale value very well. So if you fall on bad times, you can most of the time you can sell it and not make a loss or even make a bit of a win on it. And many other toys do not have that. And one thing that's also great about Lego, if you get something that is incomplete, you can more or less always repair it. You know, buy the missing parts and fix it again. If you have an old Transformers toy from the 80s and something breaks off, you're more or less fucked. Oh yes, they do. And that is a Goblin. Let's see how much he costs. So he would cost about €3.60 if I would have to buy him used. And he's a really cute guy. So I didn't really take a closer look at the minifigure. Oh, look at this. It's multicolored too on the back here. And she has nice elf ears. I just have to get another minifigure. Well, the skin color isn't correct for the ears, but she might as well have... Isn't that cool? I always love that you can replace, that you can interchange the mini doll and the minifig hair pieces. Yeah, I've seen really nice hair pieces from the elves. But this one is also very nice from the Heavenly Realms. You fix like variety, everyone has their hair in a ponytail? So which ponytail did you buy? Which ponytail hairpiece did you buy 10,000 times? And I think Monkey Kid is also very cool for hair pieces. The girl in Monkey Kid, she's called May. Yeah, I think she also has these cute hair pieces with the two little round bubbles on her head. Okay, here's the last one for today. 41186. I will change the pattern on the table because the last one was too slow. Oh, this one is 41186. Asari and the Goblin Forest Escape. And we have at least one nice goblin again. And Asari, and she's a bit more dark-skinned. So we have 84 unique items in this set. One mini doll, one Guxlin, that's what he's called. A nice horse. Ooh, and cool wings. So that's a Pegasus, a yellow one. This will be great. Wonderful. Dark purple. And magenta. Oh god. I don't think I've seen this part in red before. The bane of everybody who buys used Lego sets. I think this is this part that is broken the most often of any Lego parts I've known. Cool. This is so amazing. There's so many wonderful parts in this set, in this small set. Not a single sticker. Beautiful, rare parts. Unbelievable. Two, three. Oh, see you around, Melee. It was really nice talking to you. And it has also been a great pleasure. I'll surely be lurking in your streams too. I'm not a bit chatter. So now you can see the table better again. Such a cool print. So he has his Goblin Eye as a belt buckle and tools in his belt, but no back printing. And this is Asari, the fire dancer. Oh, she costs €4. Also wonderful printed hairpiece, cool elf ears. Very nice. So I don't know if anyone is still listening, but I'll be finishing the stream now, and just find somebody to raid. Probably somebody with a small stream. Let me see if I can find anybody. Okay, so we're going to raid Scarlet 5421. She's building the Horizon Forbidden West, which is something I will also at some time buy if I can get it for a reduced price. Scarlet. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining me tonight. And I hope to see you around some other time. Bye-bye.